Today's lesson is for Castle on the Hill by Ed Sheeran. This one is possibly my favorite Ed Sheeran track ever, so let's get to it. Make sure to check out the description below for full lyrics with chords on top of them, as well as how to play each of the chords and any other techniques covered in this video. As usual, we'll start with the song structure so we know what we're looking at. We've got a verse, a pre-chorus, and a chorus. Then we go into another verse, pre-chorus, and chorus. And then a bridge, a final chorus, and that's the song. Not too many surprises in here. This whole song can be done with 4 different guitar parts. Most of them are pretty similar, so it shouldn't be too bad. We have a part that's played in the verse, and then we have the parts that's played in the pre-choruses, and then the parts that are played in the chorus, and then the bridge, and that's every part. So let's get to them, beginning with the verse. So this one's pretty simple. We have 4 different chords. We have a D, then we switch to a G, then we switch to a B minor, and now this one is technically a bar chord with the bar on this finger, but if that's too hard for you, then you can just lift up this finger a little bit so that it mutes the first string, like that, and then have it still playing the 5th string. So then if you play this, you can play all 5 of these strings, but this one doesn't actually strum, so it doesn't sound any different. And that's going to sound pretty much the same as if you want to do the full bar chord. And then the 4th chord is an A. So our strumming pattern is pretty simple for this. We're going to palm mute all the downs and leave the up strums open. And we're going to have a down, 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 up, up. Pretty simple. You just gotta listen to me for the timing, and it should be pretty easy to get. So that shouldn't be too hard to figure out. And once you get that, that's all you need for the verse. Okay, so then moving on to the pre-chorus. So the pre-chorus is pretty simple. We're using the exact same strumming pattern as we did in the verse, so it shouldn't be too hard to learn. Just a different chord progression this time. So we're going this time from the G to the A, and we've seen both of these before, and then back to the D, and then back to the G. And so you're going to do that chord progression 3 times. And then the only difference is on the 4th run through, you're going to play the G normally, and then just end on the A as he's singing, "But I Can't Wait to Come Home." And then the chorus comes in. So that's going to sound like this. And then you're going to play that 3 times. And then on the 4th time, you just do. And that leads into the next section, which is the chorus. So this one we're playing a little more open and full and a little more energy, and we've got another different chord progression. So our chord progression this time is D, G, B minor, and remember you can do that either with or without this first string, and then A7 sus4, which sounds complicated, but it's actually a pretty easy chord. You can see it up probably right there, wherever that ends up. And then we've got our first finger on the second fret of the fourth string, and the third finger on the third fret of the second string. And then you just play the fifth to the first string. So that one's pretty simple to do, easier than the A. And that's our chord progression for this section. So for our strumming pattern, we're going to go down, up, up, down, up. Not too many strums here. The timing is kind of the interesting part. It's going to sound like this. So what I'm doing here, if you notice on the right hand, which is a good way to help you with timing, is even if you're not strumming the chord, you still want to go up and down with your right hand in an even rhythm. So you're still going to go down, up, down, up, down, up. You're only picking on some of them, which makes it really easy to count. It's almost like kind of tapping your foot if you're going like this along to the rhythm. And you're only picking on some of them. So if you'll notice, I still strum down, but I don't always pick. And if you just listen to me and play along, that's the easiest way to get the strumming pattern. And that's the full chorus there. So now moving into the bridge, and this is where he goes, one friend left to sell clothes and one works down by the coast. And that is going to sound like this. So the chords for this section are B minor, with or without that first string, depending on what's comfortable for you. And then G, and then a D, and back to that A7 sus4. Okay, so our strumming pattern for this section is going to be the same as it was for the chorus. The only thing is we're going to mute all the notes, and so along with that we're going to strum down for all of the chords here. So it's going to be still 5 strums. They're all going to be down, and it's easiest if you just listen to me and then try and play along. So it's pretty easy, pretty straightforward, very similar to the as in the chorus, just all palm muted. So the last part that's going to be any different in the song is the third chorus, where he's going, and I'm on my way, I still remember, but he's doing it pretty softly. You can do the same chord progression as the other choruses, just pulled out the chords instead of playing the full pattern. So pretty simple there, and then when it builds back up again, you go back into your full original strumming pattern to get that energy in. And so that is all the guitar parts. If you can play all those, you can play the entire song. As a limited time added bonus, I'm offering my first 1,000 YouTube subscribers a lifetime discount of 50% off everything I ever make. You heard me right. I want to give you 50% off everything I ever sell. Right now I've got a beginner guitar course, and I plan to release lots of other content as I get set up. If you want to take this offer, just subscribe to my channel and look at the description below to claim your lifetime discount.